Hello and welcome back to my channel, or welcome for the first time. Either way, I'm super happy you're here. Okay, so at this point I have done cat eyes with decals 2 videos ago. Loved it. Check it out if you haven't seen it yet. It's 2 videos back. I have done cat eye with foils. Spectacular. Could not love that more. I don't know. I believe that I did that one on, honestly, I don't know. I'm going to have to go look. If I did, I will link both videos so you can see the cat eyes with the gorgeous different nail art things. I haven't done one with stickers yet, I don't believe. Anyway, this cat eye is going to be with stamping, and not just any stamping. I'm going to reverse stamp because we all know that's my favorite, or at least I know that. I don't know if you guys know that. Reverse stamping is by far my favorite. To me, it's the easiest way to take a beautiful art thing and turn it into even more beautiful art thing without trying to do said art on my own, which I am incapable of. Anyway, so that is what we're going to do. So I am using Born Pretty. This is a pink Waterlight cat eye, I believe. I will link it. I did buy this with my own money, so this was not sent to me, but this is probably my favorite cat eye I own. 1, because it's pink, and 2, because it's a cat eye, and 3, because it's gorgeous. And you all know how much I love Born Pretty. So yes, I do get gels from Born Pretty, gels mostly from Born Pretty, and I love working with them, but I love the product regardless. And even if they didn't send me stuff, it is a product that I would purchase on my own because I love the formula. I love the company. I love their colors. I love everything about them. And I love the affordability. That is the main one for me. Those of you who are new and don't know much about me, I don't have extra money to go buy products. I wish I did. I used to when I was in real estate, but then we moved to Montana and I stay home. I homeschool my son, and now I watch my 2 grandchildren. So I don't have an income. Our only income goes to bills and to save so that we can get our own property someday. So yeah, if I could buy all the things, I would buy all the things, but I cannot. So I am fortunate enough to collaborate with Born Pretty on a decently regular basis and get products. But I also, when I have the extra money, I'm usually going to spend it there because I love the affordability and I love the product. But I do love other products as well. And even though Madam Glam is slightly more expensive, they are definitely a newfound favorite of mine. And next time I have a little extra money, it will probably go to them because I want more. I really want more. So there we are. There's my spiel. So I am on the second layer, obviously, and I am magnetizing these. I do struggle with this greatly. I love the, what is it called? I love when I have a little problem with my brain where it decides it's going to stop functioning for a little while. Man, why can I not think of what it's called? Okay, so after taking a little break and letting my brain reset, the aura effect, I guess, is what it's called. I feel like it has another name too, but whatever, it doesn't matter. Like, I'm just trying to bring all the magnetic particles to the center of the nail, and I do okay. I really do need to get better, though, because I do struggle with it a little bit. Excuse me, ma'am. My dog decided to interrupt me while I was trying to do this. But anyway, back to the nails. So I am going to get a bunch of stamps all stamped out before we get into the fun part, the reverse stamping part. So I am doing the same pattern on my thumbnail, one on the bottom, one on the top. So that is why I'm stamping that one twice, and that totally fell out on me. I do leave some of the funny mishaps I have in just to show you guys that even though I've been stamping for a while, and I do consider myself to be definitely not an expert, but more than a newbie, I'm pretty good at stamping most different kinds of techniques with stamping, not all. I still struggle. I mean, I still struggle with pickup. I still struggle with coloring inside the lines. I still struggle with stamping heads wanting to, I don't know, fall out as I'm doing the nails. So yeah, I struggle in a lot of different ways. Right now I'm just kind of trying to like lay out, okay, where's this going to go? Where's that going to go? Um, so you'll see me doing that here and there. That one was not a good pickup, so I am attempting it again. I do kind of edit out some of the stuff like me cleaning the plate every time, me putting the black polish down every single time, just because it's kind of unnecessary to do to show every little detail. And plus this video would have been, I don't know, 2 hours long if I showed every detail, because this was a lot of work and it took a lot of time. A lot of time. Because I think I reverse stamp, like, I don't know. I think I have 7 stamps. I could be wrong. It could be more. At least 7 that I'm going to reverse stamp. Now, some of them are a little bit smaller and they are much quicker, but some of them take a little bit longer. So, and I do use that little dotting tool where I can to kind of clean up some of it. See, like this one is nice and little. So that will be a really easy, quick image to reverse stamp. I know I'm not showing them very well, but I do show them much better as I'm doing the reverse stamping part. So as far as what to use to do the coloring in, I have never, ever, ever even attempted to use gel. I've always only used stamping polish. Could you use gel? Maybe. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. I know one of the problems whenever I've tried to put gel on a stamper is it kind of disperses, like gets holes in it. It's for whatever reason, it's not meant, it doesn't work well with the stampers unless you have a special kind of gel stamping polish or a special kind of gel. You can stamp with gel. In fact, I may do that in a future video. I have played with it a little bit. I don't know. I don't know if I'll do that or not. I might. I might. But it has to be like a thicker, it can't be like a gel polish. You can't take a gel polish and think that you're going to get a stamp out of that, because I don't think that there's a way. I've never seen it. I've tried it. It does not work. But there are special gels, like a thicker viscosity that do work. And I also have some Born Pretty products that are gel that are meant to be used for stamping. Now, the Magic Stamping Top Coat, which you're supposed to be able to stamp and then like chrome or whatever, I cannot figure that stuff out. Any tips for people who have actually used it where it works really well, please let me know, because I have tried it and tried it and tried it and tried it, and I cannot get the stuff to work. So I'm just showing you like all my stampers off to the side. That's how many I have to reverse image. We are going to use these gorgeous Born Pretty polishes. They are polished. They are not gel. And I did buy these years ago. Like, these are way before I ever started working with Born Pretty. I bought these with my own money. And they're like a galaxy collection. And they're gorgeous. And they end up looking so good on this pink background. So you're just going to see me. I have this tiny little, this is like I think it's an eyelash brush. Honestly, I have zero idea. I got them off Amazon. They're pretty cool because they are disposable, which, I mean, I don't really like wasting things, but when it comes to polish, I don't feel like I can use my good brushes that I use with gel, because it just ruins them. Every time I try it, it ruins them, and then I end up throwing a brush away. And that's wasteful as well. So I will use, I think, about 3 of these total through this entire process. I wipe it off every time after I switch colors and then reuse it in a different color, and it works out fine until at some point the brush has become a little bit too distorted from all of the back and forth. So that is the first little stamp done. Now we're moving on to the second, and these colors are just, they're not really giving you guys what they're going to give once I get them on the nails. But they are really pretty. Unfortunately, I will look again, but I do not believe that they are linkable. I bought them on Amazon a long time ago, and I have not seen them since. I've tried to link them in the past because I have used them before. They look really, really cool on black nails, like really cool. So I don't think I can link these. I will see if I can find something similar, whether it be from Born Pretty or a different brand, that I can link that you can use. But the cool thing about reverse stamping is it does not have to be a stamping polish. You can use any regular polish you want, any brand, anything you have on hand. You can go buy the cheapest of the cheap. Now, it may not work for the initial stamp, but as far as like the reverse stamping, the coloring in, anything works. Polish wise, anything works. You can also use acrylic paint as well. Uh, if you don't have polishes and you don't want to invest money in polishes, because you like for me, I pretty much at this point only use polish for the most part for stamping and reverse coloring, and then for my daughter's nail art because my daughter no gel, and she likes to send me the craziest stuff where I'm like, you do realize that they use gel to create this look, and she's like, okay, well, I have faith in you, and I'm like, why do you have faith in me? Stop having faith in me. And somehow I pulled together her looks. Now I can sit there and critique them and say they're not very good, but the fact that I use regular polish or acrylic paint to do her crazy designs that she sends me is actually kind of impressive, and I should give myself a little bit more credit. I do wish I could get better with the art that she sends me isn't that I can't use gel on, because sometimes it makes me sad. Anyway, so I don't know which one we're on now, but I am trying to like do some dark colors with some light colors around it and then go back to dark. I'm really trying to, and I'm not very good at this. This is kind of where I struggle when it comes to art in general, is putting colors together that look good. But I didn't want it to be like a bunch of dark with maybe some light on the outside. I wanted it to kind of go back and forth with being like the darker colors and then the lighter colors. And at the end of the day, I think it turned out extremely, extremely gorgeous. So while you guys are watching me sit here and color, hopefully mostly inside the lines, maybe a little bit out here and there, but I think I did better on this set than I've done in the past. I'm just going to give you guys a tiny update. I don't have a huge update on my health stuff. I think I've mentioned in maybe a video or so ago that I am doing a lot better. I haven't, been having a lot of the issues that I was having where I was like having chest pain and all this pain, rib pain and everything. I had my cardiologist appointment yesterday, and as far as my heart, as the test that they did, and then the Holter monitor that I wore for a short time, but I couldn't wear it for the whole 30 days because I had a very bad allergic reaction. All of that looks good. So there was no, double beats. There was no, like, my rhythm looked good. She believes that it's my small vessels that are causing me issues and the lack of oxygen to the heart. She thinks I may have something called POTS, which I don't know a ton about. I have looked into a little bit, but clearly not very much because I can't really explain it to you guys. She suggested that I up my salt intake, and that is because I have very low blood pressure, and that I wear compression socks. Well, I'm not going to wear compression socks right now because it's still rather, like, today is supposed to be like high 70s. Yesterday was supposed to be high 70s too. It ended up to be like 82, which isn't that bad considering like a couple weeks ago we were like 95. But it's still a little warm for wearing compression socks. Sometimes it's too warm to even wear socks at all. So when the weather turns and we get a little bit colder, I will start wearing compression socks and see if that helps. But outside of that, I have zero updates as far as what exactly is going on. It's just an assumption right now. I do see rheumatology next month, so hopefully that will get me some more answers. But some of the stuff I am fixing on my own. Like, I've been having, and I'm sure I've mentioned this more than once, but a lot of stomach problems for like the last, I don't know, year and a half, 2 years. A lot of issues with using the restroom, and just stomach aches in general all the time, bloating all the time, just feeling completely uncomfortable all the time. And I have completely changed my diet. It's probably been a little over a month now, right around there, where I have cut out everything: gluten, processed foods, everything. We pretty much eat a whole food diet. So we're eating vegetable, fruit, and meat, with the exception of some things like sauces and stuff like that. But we're pretty picky about what we do as far as sauces. I'm cut out all seed oils. I've cut out, if I cannot pronounce it and I look it up and it's a chemical of some sort, not partaking in that. With some minor, to eat a very clean diet is virtually impossible. I am making a lot of stuff on my own. Like I make my own ranch dressing now. We make our own whipped cream. We use coconut cream or coconut milk, depending on what we have available and what we can get. The coconut cream is far more expensive, but coconut whipped cream, I'm telling you guys, holy moly, it is so good. We put it on some either frozen or fresh fruit at night, and it's delicious. Absolutely delicious. So yeah, so that has changed my stomach completely. I've lost about 7, 8 pounds since I started doing that, and my stomach feels so good. I also discovered that a lot of my stomach issues are because I'm lactose intolerant, which I kind of knew already with milk, but I thought that I was tolerating cheese and sour cream and stuff like that. Okay, but clearly I was not. So taking a lactose pill so far has changed everything. My bathroom issues are completely solved, and my stomach does not hurt anymore at all, ever, really, unless I overeat or unless I eat something I shouldn't. So there's a health update. That was a little bit longer than I meant it to be. So let's get back to the nails now that I have reverse colored in everything while blabbing about my health. I am using a primer. This is, I'm going to butcher it, but the Gaio, I think is how you say it, off of Amazon. I will link this. I just got it and I love it. I've been using the Protein Bond for a long time. I had a case of it and I'm on my last one. And so I wanted to buy a backup, and I've been testing it out to see how well it works. And it's great. And the price comparison is astronomical. For the tiny little Protein Bond on Amazon, it is like $22, which to me is really expensive. Now, sometimes I can justify that if the product is like the only thing that I can use to get the end result. This so far has worked great. I actually have it on my natural nails with a tiny little layer of hard gel over it, and I've had no lifting whatsoever. And it's great. So I love this stuff, and I can recommend it now that I've been testing it out and using it for a little while. Highly recommend. So yeah, so I put that on as my sticky base. You can use Maniology sticky base coat. You can use any nail polish sticky base coat. You can use gel base. I find that I don't like it as much because it is a little bit wetter, but you can use that. So yeah, so I don't know, I just took the peely latex stuff off, but I realized that when I did these fingers that I assumed were going to get, polish all over them, I forgot to do the middle finger. So I will do that off camera. You won't see that on camera. Here in a minute, I'll come back and you'll see, oh, now all of a sudden I have latex on my middle finger, but that is why I skipped over the middle finger and went straight to the pointer. But these are, I am just absolutely loving everything about them. So we're going to do the thumb, and I'm going to do the same image, except I'm going to flip it and do it on the tip of the nail, which you'll see here. But yeah, this Protein Bond, this primer worked really good as the sticky. And then also the nice thing about this is you can put it on, and I'm not saying go do stuff, but even if it takes you like 5 minutes to get from your pinky to your thumb, it's still going to be sticky enough that it's not going to cause an issue. So that is really nice. So I'm just cleaning up the thumb because, even though I have the latex on, it still gets kind of in my cuticles, but the cleanup is really easy, especially because this polish is really dry by the time I put it on. I know it doesn't show it in the video, but from the time that I reverse image everything to the time I put on my nails, I let it a minimum of 5 minutes pass. I think with these, I set a timer for like 10 minutes, I believe, because you really want the polish to be dry as dry can get before you actually stamp it on your nails, because if you stamp it wet, it's going to ruin all of your hard work, like all of it. That in the beginning, I struggled with the timing a lot. And then I started setting timers. And that was the best thing I could have done because you really want it to be dry. And you can always test it. Just touch it with your finger. If you get any color transfer on your finger, it's not ready. Don't do it. Wait until you get no color transfer. And I would just automatically set a timer for a minimum of 5 minutes. I highly recommend even waiting longer than that. There's nothing wrong with waiting 10, 15 minutes just to be on the safe side. It's so dry that it's like hanging off the edge, and the only way I can get rid of it is by using scissors. That's how dry it is. And that's really what you want. You really want it to be nice and dry, and that is also why you need a really good sticky base to lay the polish down. And this is another reason you really want it dry, is because when you go to top coat, if the polish is still wet, even if you got a good transfer, if it's still wet at all, you're likely going to smudge. So there's several ways, and I've mentioned this in pretty much all of my stamping videos, but I will mention it again for anybody who is new or doesn't watch my full videos. There's a couple ways you can go about top coating. If you are a gel user, you can go straight in with gel. And as long as the polish is dry enough, you will not get any smudging at all. So I go in with gel. I'm kind of floating it a little bit. I'm trying not to put too much pressure on the nail because if there is any wetness, you don't want it to run. If you are not a gel user, then you can go in with Maniology's smudge-free top coat, which is great. That is what I use for any of my daughter's nails that I do stamping with, always, because she is not a gel user, so I cannot use gel. That stuff is fantastic. And after you go in with the smudge top coat, you can go in with your dip top coat. Now, here's what I recommend as far as that goes. I would do a layer of the smudge free, let that dry completely, like give it 5-10 minutes. And then I would go in with excuse me, either a dip base with a clear powder or a dip base on its own, and then activate that and then go in with your dip top coat. I believe I have videos where I have done this process. If you have any further questions about how to do it, let me know. If you want to see a video, I can make a video of it. But you can definitely go in with dip top coat. You just need to use the smudge free top coat first. And I've never found, now I'm going to say that with a grain of salt because I haven't tried a lot of other nail polish top coats. I have tried some, but not a lot. Maniology makes the best that I've tried. Doesn't mean there's not other good ones out there. I'm not saying that by any means, but Maniology's smudge-free top coat is truly a smudge-free top coat. Not the prettiest top coat, not the shiniest. I would not wear it on its own. If you just want to do nail polish top coat, go in with Maniology smudge-free top coat, and then use your favorite nail polish top coat on top of that to get the shine that you want, because it doesn't leave the best shine, but it does the job that it claims to do, which is smudge-free. And that's what we want when we're doing all this hard work on our nails. We want something that's not going to smudge and ruin the entire look of the nails. So there we go. That's my top coat spiel. I have base coated all the nails. I have top coated all the nails. They are done. The left hand was a video 2 videos ago that was using decals. I will link that video just in case you haven't watched it and you want to see my cat eye with decals. If I did a video with the cat eye and foils, which I feel like I did, but it's been so long I can't remember. If I did, I will link that as well. And funny enough, I'm pretty sure in that nail set, whether it's a video or not, I used the same pink cat eye that I have on my right hand. I'm almost positive of that because it's so beautiful. It's like my favorite. And it really was a really good base to use with these reverse images and the polish that I chose to use the reverse images because it really does make them pop and shine. And I love it. Anyway, wow, I talked a lot. I don't even think I ran out of things to say, which never happens. Usually I'm like, I don't know what to say. I did get a little video in the sun. I don't think it shows up quite as beautiful as it does in person, but it kind of gives you a glimpse of how good this reverse images look with the cat eye. And if you are a stamper or you want to get into stamping, highly recommend trying this out. Anyway, have a beautiful day, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Hit that like button. It really helps me a lot. Leave a comment, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.